This Sunday, the Tennessee Titans travel to Minneapolis to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Historically, the Titans have not done well at the Metrodome. One win total in their career, and that came in 1992. But now there's a new stadium, US Bank Stadium, and the Tennessee Titans have yet to play, but they will be wearing the all-whites this weekend as they take on the Vikings in a showdown. The 2-0 Tennessee Titans, the 0-2 Minnesota Vikings. Next. The Tennessee Titans are going to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Wait, what? It's not cold there? It's September, isn't it? Yeah. They play inside too? Really? I thought they were... Oh, that's the college? Oh, yeah, I knew that. Anyways, Titans Vikings preview next on Titan Upload. So on Sunday at noon Central Time, yes, the Tennessee Titans 2-0 will travel to Minnesota to take on the Vikings, who are 0-2, who just aren't playing very well. The Titans, if you look at them offensively, last week put up 33 points. You would have thought they cruised over the Jaguars, but not so fast. Jacksonville put up a really good fight, came back from 14 down, came back from 13 down in the second half. Titans only walk away with a late field goal, 33-30. On the other side, the Vikings, week one, they played Green Bay. Okay, Green Bay's pretty good. But then they went to the Colts, and the Colts lost to the Jaguars the previous week. Without Mack, their starting running back, the Indianapolis Colts kind of beat them up pretty good. I think the score was 28-11. Kirk Cousins had 3 interceptions, and they really didn't run Cook a whole lot because they were trailing, and that kind of seems to be a theme. But this week might be different. The Tennessee Titans, for whatever reason, did very good against Robinson last week in the first half, and then the second half came, and then they totally forgot how to tackle. They forgot how to play on the defensive line. They just made it too easy for the Jaguars, and Jacksonville ended up racking up a lot of rushing yards. Robinson, former ISU Redbird, undrafted free agent, put up over 100 yards on the Titans, and most of that came in the second half. Through the air, Minshew also was able to throw 3 touchdowns and really have his way through over 300 yards. The only difference, the Titans defense came up with timely stops. 2 interceptions. One by rookie Christian Fulton, and the other one by Harold Landry off the tip from Simmons. So the Titans, the first week they missed 4 field goals. Last week they missed an extra point, but they did come away with 2 wins, and they are 2-0, while the Vikings are just trying to find a win. And they got to. Their season really depends on this. If they go in and start 0-3, it's very hard to come back from 0-2, let alone 0-3. While the Titans, they're not happy with their start either. Taylor Lewan expects them to be better. Taylor Lewan acts like they're 0-2. So the Titans, maybe they come in with Derrick Henry, who they have not really got going yet. And offensively, Ryan Tannehill's been leading the team. 6 touchdowns and no interceptions, almost 500 yards passing. Playing legitimately like an MVP. Yes, you heard me right. Ryan Tannehill, MVP. So what gives in this matchup? Let's dive into the stats and see who has the advantage and who's going to win this matchup this week between the Tennessee Titans and the Minnesota Vikings. Hey, if you like what you see and you're a fan of football, fan of the Titans, fan of the NFL, then maybe you should subscribe, and then definitely tighten up that like button and leave a comment. Let me know who you got winning this matchup. And the first thing to kind of keep in mind is maybe why the Titans are 2-0 and why the Vikings are 0-2. First of all, the Titans, Packers, and Chiefs are the top 3 teams. And then on the bottom, you have the Vikings, Eagles, and Bucks. What's the difference? Turnovers. Top 3 teams, no turnovers. Bottom 3 teams lead the league in turnovers. So that might be an important concept going up to Minnesota. If the Titans can just hang on to the ball, the Vikings seem to be prone to turn it over quite a bit. So this week's going to be huge for the running game. Which team could get the running game going first? Is it going to be Derrick Henry or is it going to be Cook from the Vikings? Now, to be fair for Cook, who looks to be the real deal at running back, got his new deal just like Derrick Henry this year, Cook thrives obviously when he gets the ball. But because the Vikings were down by so many to the Packers and so many now to the Colts, really don't give him a chance to get going. And yards per rush attempt. Also, Vikings come in 4th, 5.3 yards, which is very impressive, while the Titans come in 26th at 3.7. Again, the Vikings are not keeping the games close, therefore Cook is not being able to be used. But if they keep the game close this week, and based on what the Titans showed last week against Robinson in the second half, I would think that the Vikings really try to target and narrow in on that rushing game this week against the Titans and test them.
Something this guy was scared of this offseason.
So how do these defenses look? Let's get into it now. So on the surface, the Tennessee Titans look like they are better defensively because they lead that stat 12th in the league in points, while the other team, the Vikings, is like 30th. So we think the Titans are better on defense. Let's look into those numbers and find out just exactly if they are. So this is what we got. Pass yards per game. We see the Tennessee Titans 22nd, the Vikings 28th at 284 yards per game. Rush yards per attempt. The Tennessee Titans 29th in the league, giving up 5.1 yards per rush, while the Vikings are about half best in the league at 4.3, coming in 14th. The bottom line, the Tennessee Titans got to play better defensively. They're going to have to step up big, especially on the road, just like they did at Denver. Keep the game close, pull it out at the end, or run away with it, whatever you want to do, because you can run away from the Vikings. On the other end, the Vikings, well, they're without Anthony Barr this week, and that's really going to hurt their defense. But don't be fooled. They got 2 guys that are absolute studs, and maybe the best at their positions. The first one's Harrison Smith. Watch out for him. He will be on the line of scrimmage more than you think, and he will be down in the box. Sometimes he rushes, sometimes he doesn't. So Ryan Tannehill, I mean, let's be honest, guys, a lot of play action passes from the Titans. As Tannehill takes the fake handoff, he does leave himself prone to the backside. And if we can't protect his backside, Taylor Lewan, then we're in trouble. And Taylor Lewan, give him credit, he's been playing pretty good here. On the other end, Kendricks. Oh my goodness. Maybe one of the best linebackers in the league. Yes, he is an all-pro as well. And he can take off and make a play, I'm telling you. Sideline to sideline, this guy can cover. And if he's going to find the football, he's going to be glued on Derrick Henry this week. So if you can get to him second level offensive line, then I think maybe you're going to have a little bit of success against the Vikings. If you can't get to the second level, Kendricks is going to have a really good game. If you think about the Minnesota Vikings, last week at the Colts, had a little bit of issues stopping Taylor in the running game. I mean, Taylor was getting 5-6 yards a pop at will at times, just going right down the field. If it wasn't for Phillip Rivers throwing an early interception or throwing the ball at all, teams like to go deep on them. We haven't heard much from Khalif Raymond. This might be the week, fantasy owners. Each team has done it. Phillip Rivers did it the week before. Aaron Rodgers did it. Aaron Rodgers had a guy drop the ball. Phillip Rivers had a guy drop the ball. Otherwise, they're putting up big stats against the Vikings deep. And they test them multiple times. Sometimes they complete them, sometimes they don't. But it looks like the Vikings, for whatever reason, are being tested deep this year. And I'm talking 40, 50 yards down the field. So look for Ryan Tannehill on one of those play action passes to maybe go after it. Now, I mean, Zimmer really does do a good job with his secondary, but also with rushing the quarterback. I mean, it's obvious they will bring the heat multiple times this week, but I think Ryan Tannehill will be ready. So Titans and Vikings, who you got? Comment below. Titans are a 3-point favorite according to Vegas, but Adam Rank, again, for like the 30th time in a row, he's going with the opposite team the Titans are playing. He's going with the Vikings. So who do you got? I've been on the record many times picking the Minnesota Vikings this week because it just makes too much sense. The Titans don't play well against the Vikings, but this is different. New stadium. Titans haven't played in this new stadium before. Yes, they've used to playing in the Metrodome, but now they're playing in the new Vikings Stadium, which is quite nice. So can the Titans pull it out and get the win? I, on the record, didn't think so. A.J. Brown's probably going to be out again. Adoree Jackson, we already know, is out. The Titans are banged up. I mean, now you got Jonnu Smith supposedly has an injury with an ankle. You got Darrington Evans. Can he play in his first game? Vic Beasley, can he go this week finally? But with all things said, I love the way that Derrick Henry is going to be able to bounce back. This guy's motivated. This guy's ready to go. And I think they're going to have some success running the football. The key against the Vikings, both teams have done it, Colts and Packers. You got to get out in front of them because then you make Kirk Cousins make mistakes. And that's what he does. But if you let him hang around or you give them a lead, it's going to be Cook all night, all day. And that's troublesome for the Titans. So this week, Titans-Vikings. I actually got the Titans, 27-24. Not only is it my daughter's birthday, who was born on 9/27, let that kind of sink in, 9 and 27. Yep, this guy's two favorite players of all time, Steve McNair and Eddie George, and he has a daughter on 9/27. Pretty cool. But this game's going to be played on 9/27. So it's not only a birthday game for my daughter, but it's 9/27. That's a pretty big deal down in Nashville. Now, definitely leave your comments below. Can Vikings get a win? Can the Titans stay undefeated? Will Adam Rank ever pick the Titans again? Who knows? Who cares? Let's get into it. Let's win this game. Go Titans, go. See you on the post-game show. Tighten up. See you soon.